Hi, everybody. First and foremost, I hope you and your families are safe and doing well. This has been an amazing couple of weeks for everyone, but you're part of our school family and mean the world to us. So I hope we keep communicating, keep in touch with each other, and do everything we can to make sure everybody in our family stays as safe as possible. I wish I was greeting you at a coffee or in some way waving at you at carpool, whatever it may be, not doing it this way. But this is our reality. I've thought 100 times about how I was going to write this first letter back. We even decided to do it as a video letter instead of just the regular written letter, since you've gotten so much material from us already. But the bottom line is we need to face what we're facing. The test really is going to be how we confront this challenge, because this is historic. Your children's children, your grandchildren and great-grandchildren will be studying what happened during the famous coronavirus epidemic in the United States. It's something to behold, something to experience, but we are going to do it together. Ultimately, as a message this time, I thought I came down to the idea of APs. APs are something our upper school students always talk about, taking those tests and trying to get credit and all that. Well, we have our own AP. The A is acknowledgement. We need to acknowledge that first and foremost, this is real. This is really taking place. And we have a responsibility to come to terms with it and to do our best. So part of that acknowledgement is accepting the fact that this is all around us, and then do everything we can to stay safe. That it is not something any of us takes lightly. Just think of how much we probably worry about. You may worry about your family, you may worry about friends, you worry about your parents. You worry when you walk into the grocery store. Just imagine what our kids are feeling. If we feel that fear and anxiety, what must be going on inside them? And the last acknowledgement is that we are going to do this together, that we are going to find a way to meet the challenge that's ahead of us. That leads to the P, the perspective. The perspective is simply the fact that this is going to be a rocky road. This is not going to be that easy. All of us as teachers, while we may be very comfortable with what we do in a classroom with kids and being with kids, remote learning is something that's new to all of us. So we're back to being first-year teachers. But I can tell you, this incredible faculty and staff, your division directors, everybody has been working nonstop over the last 2 weeks to get ready for this. Now, today was the start of our remote learning, our virtual learning process. And like a map, like a GPS trip, the journey may not be straight. There are going to be some curves and turns and, whatever. It's going to happen. Please be patient with us. Please keep it in perspective and know that honestly, we are doing everything in our power to make this happen and happen well. Your children are always at the forefront of everything we do. That's what's going to guide us as we go along here. Also recognize the emotional toll of all this. This is not going to be easy. Your kids may get emotional at times, being cooped up in the house, not being able to get out, not to get with friends, whatever it may be. Suddenly having work to do and not being sure how to do it, and tired of being in front of a screen occasionally. All of it is going to take a toll on us. Just know that we're there for you. If you need help or want to talk it through or whatever, reach out. I've always talked about being Huskies, about being a school that values a team and pulling that sled together, where we need those traits more than ever now. It is absolutely imperative that we do everything we can to keep ourselves together, to keep our sense of community, of school family going as we move forward. All of that is for the sake of your children, but it also helps us as well. The other thing I would ask us to keep in perspective is there's going to be lots of information. I've almost been overwhelmed with the number of Zoom conferences I've been in, the materials I've read, trying to give advice about distance learning and about how to handle a pandemic and go on and on. But when we send you things from Flint Hill, please open it. Open any emails. Take a look at the videos we send. Take a look at the tile we have on the resource board on Husky Hub. All of it is trying to help you keep aware of what's going on and yet keep it in sizable chunks in ways that you can easily digest and do that, because all of it is focused on what may be best for our families and what we think is really important to share with you. Those of you that are in the medical profession, those of you that are out on the front lines right now during this crisis, thank you for what you're doing, for the sacrifices you're making, for the time and the effort you're putting into this for the sake of everybody, but especially for what you're doing for the children of this country. You're setting the example and the model of what it takes to be someone who steps forward. You're following those core values that at Flint Hill we talk about all the time. You're following our vision. You're doing it all the right way, so thank you. I would also like to thank you as parents for everything you're doing to help support us in this educational journey. I know it's not going to be easy. Many of you are working from home, and now you're dealing with children working from home. That's a deadly combo sometimes. Talking to my boys who live in California and New York and their kids and some of the struggles they've had about coexisting in their homes right now, I know it's going to be a challenge, but we're going to do it. And we're there to make sure that it's done in the most efficient way possible. I would also like to ask you to do something. Somewhere along the line, if you get a chance, to make sure you thank your children's teachers. You have no idea how much time they've been putting into this. It is enormous. Just take that moment to send a quick note that says, thanks for what you're doing. I really appreciate it. You don't have any idea how much that note will mean to the teachers as we go forward. But we have a journey ahead of us. We always said on that sled that sometimes the views must be beautiful and just breathtaking, and sometimes they've got to be the scariest thing we've ever seen. Well, right now we're in one of those scary parts, but we're going to pull it together and we're going to make it work, and we're here for you to support you, and we need you there to support us. So as part of a team, let's go, let's stay safe, let's stay healthy, and in the long run, we're going to bring this year to an end. And we're going to find ways along the way to celebrate the class of 2020, those great seniors who have watched the spring of their senior year just disintegrate around them. But we're going to find ways to make sure we celebrate them and the legacy that they have left with the courage that they're showing as we go forward. So thanks, everybody. Welcome back. Here we go. I look forward to seeing all of you at some point soon.